was created and how it works. So basically what we have here is a 3D printed case, and 3D printing works by melting plastic and layering it on a build plate to create your print. So this print itself was created by a student named Paul on Blender, which is a CAD software that we use. So basically he used a cylinder and put a semicircle on top. So into the inner workings on the SmartPod. So what we have here is the breadboard, the central processing unit, which we use is a Raspberry Pi, and the battery pack. So I'm going to go into what a Raspberry Pi is really quick. So this is a Raspberry Pi, and a Raspberry Pi is basically a very easy to use and small computer. And what it can do is like surf the web or write code. So the most important part of the Raspberry Pi that we use were the GPIO pins, as you can see here. GPIO stands for General Purpose Input-Output pins, and how it works is by sending little pulses of electricity through wires to tell the sensors that we have in the SmartPod what to do. At the end of the GPIO pins, which are these two right here, their purpose is to send electricity or send power, positive and negative, to the breadboard that we used to wire everything up. The rest of the GPIO pins just tell the sensors what to do. So here is the breadboard that we use to wire all our sensors together, and how a breadboard works is by having parallel conductive plates. So as you can see, we have the positive and the negative lines, and they do not cross each other. So it runs from this end, and lengthwise it goes all the way to the other end. Same with the negative side. The middle works differently. It doesn't go lengthwise like the positive and negative lines, it goes widthwise, and it does not interconnect with each other. So, and the purpose of that is that if I were to wire two sensors close together, they would not interfere with each other electrically. So that's the basic gist of the breadboard and Raspberry Pi. And if we take a look inside the SmartPod, we see how they work together in conjunction. So all the sensors that we used are wired together on the breadboard, and we have a multitude of sensors like this motion detector right here. And how this basically works is like a true and false response. So if I were to wave my finger across the motion detector, it would go true. If it doesn't detect any motion, then it would return false. Right here we have a temperature sensor, and like its name says, it just takes reading on the temperature of the environment that it's in. And then over here is our light sensor, and it just takes a reading of how much light is in the room. So basically, the sensors that we have take readings of the environment of the room, and that information is brought back to the Raspberry Pi, which is connected onto a cloud server which holds all the data. And with our app that we've created, you can access that data, and through specific algorithms, it tells you if you need to turn off your lights, or if you have to do certain things to maximize energy use at your home. And that is what the basic goal of the SmartPod is. So that is basically what the SmartPod is and how it's created. Future tutorials will include how we use Python to code what tells the SmartPod what to do, tutorials on how we created the design of the casing, and things like that. Thank you.